Hey, Casey from Nashville, Tennessee. So the question we're all asking ourselves at this holiday season is, I've been losing weight on the keto diet and doing some intermittent fasting and maybe even making some bone broth. The holidays are here and it's really hard to resist temptation. So what do I do? How do I make my holidays keto so I don't put on that typical 5 pounds that the average American puts on around the holidays? And I know I was really guilty of that in the past. So I have maintained my weight loss. Weighed myself this morning, I was 130 pounds. So I fluctuate anywhere between 127, very heavy, so maybe 132, and that has been my weight for 5 years. And I lost 45 pounds. So I've definitely been maintaining my weight loss. And so I'm gonna give you lots of great recipes for the holidays, for whatever holiday that you're celebrating. And also these dishes are all vegetarian and I do eat them year round. They're kind of the staples of my keto diet. So they're also very budget friendly. You notice that grocery prices are kind of going through the roof. So I'm gonna give you lots of hints how to save money and to cook more at home and plan ahead. So anyhow, please follow along on this playlist. And of course, hit subscribe. That way you'll get notifications. These are knives. There's a link below on Amazon. I love these knives. They're just absolutely amazing. And I'm just going to cut the end off the cauliflower. You don't need to divide it into small pieces. That's actually not the preferred method. You will need a potato masher. So I'm just going to cut it into about 8. And I am, of course, not going to include those tough ends because we just want to kind of take these guys, the tough ends, and just throw them away. Or if you have a compost pile, or if you have some sort of animals or something that you're feeding that to, but that is about the size that we want. And I have those guys. Just cutting out the ends and putting them all in there. Of course, we need the onions that we have. I feel like there's still a little bit too much of an end right there, and I don't like that. I'm going to go back and make sure I don't put too much of an end on there. Okay, so that was 7. And then what I'm going to do is add a cup of chicken broth. Again, don't use homemade chicken broth because that's just going to be too much. I'm going to make sure that, of course, I'm just randomly measuring here, but about halfway covering the cauliflower. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the range, and I'm going to put it on simmer until this chicken broth evaporates. So I have been mashing this with a potato masher for about the last 30 minutes, cooking it on simmer. I cooked it a little bit more conservatively just because I was doing a couple other side dishes at the same time. So that's what it should look like at the end. And then I have my cream cheese and the butter. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that. I did use a potato masher to keep mashing it the whole entire time. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the butter and cream cheese. And while it's still warm, I'm just going to mix the butter and cream cheese in there just a little bit. And then I do love the absolute taste of Tannagon. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of tarragon and add it to the mixture. And just what a wonderful, beautiful smell that we have right now. It's just so yum and delish. And of course, it's going to need just, I don't like to salt things a lot, but I'm going to put just a teensy bit of salt in there. Just probably, this is like an 1/8 of a teaspoon, so I'm just going to add maybe a 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then about a 1/4 of a teaspoon of hot pepper. You can totally, avoid that if you don't like anything too spicy. And then I'm to go ahead and add the Parmesan cheese, which I have grated. So about a half cup of Parmesan cheese. Mix that in. And then I do have some little chives, which I'm going to take some scissors and just chop those little chives in there. This one, a couple ones were a little teeny bit too big, but let's make those just a teeny bit smaller. Just little chives, and save some for the top, but there's a few that are just a teeny bit too big. And just look nice. Again, these are free because I grow them in my garden. And I'm going to take the whole mixture and I'm going to put it back on the stove top just for like about 4 minutes, just to make it just a little bit warmer and a little bit more creamier. Alrighty, so we have the smashed cauliflower, and I just went ahead and put it in a casserole dish, put a little bit more Parmesan cheese in there, just mixing it up with a wooden spoon. And then of course, our favorite and most delish, I went ahead and fried the bacon up and just chopped it into like little small pieces. Take about half that bacon, because the rest of the bacon will be for the Brussels sprouts, which shall be next. Just kind of mix that yummy, delish bacon in there. And then I'm going to pop it into I put chives in it, and I'm going to go ahead and pop it into a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes, just to let it brown. It's already cooked. Now you could do this at the very last minute. I do like to cook this ahead of time. Do Swiss cheese right on top. That's totally something you may not want to do. Of course, you can make this completely vegan by skipping the dairy products, but it could be pretty hard to do, honestly. So we're just going to put the Swiss cheese on top, but it's definitely vegetarian short of bacon. And then we're going to go ahead and stick it in the oven, like 400 degrees, 5, 6, 7 minutes until it browns nicely on.